SMT Nation, we back. Nation, Verizon just dropped some big news. They have assigned a very important leadership role on a full-time scale. And we've got the details for you here in this video from Fierce Wireless. Monica Alvin's got the story. I'll be sure to link it for you in the description. Also, ways to support us in the description. Okay, Verizon names Tony Skiadas as permanent CFO. So apparently he was temporary or interim after, I think it was Ellis. Mike Ellis was his name. Mike Ellis? Mark Ellis? I forget. Retired, walked away. And now it's Skiadas' job full time. All right, so 27 years at Verizon. Tony is a man who knows the business, knows the industry, knows the company. And in my estimation, I think this was just a foregone conclusion. It was just a matter of time. I think, Hans Vestberg, the CEO, appointing him to this was just a technical, a technicality, semantics. I'm sure that he has been very pleased with the performance, how things are going financially. Verizon looks good at this point in time. When you look at free cash flow, when you look at service revenues and all those things, a lot of the time, Verizon is industry leading, and there's some things that the financial officer is going to be tasked with, like budgeting and cuts and, trying to reach growth goals and all these other things. They got to make those things possible, feasible, and assign those budgets. The bean counter's got things they got to do. All right. So, Tony seems to be the guy. And I've said, after the rumors of, who was going to be replacing Hans after Hans is done with the company, and they said they wanted to bring in a CFO who could become, the CEO. This is the guy. This is the person who they brought in to do the CFO job, who potentially could be the Verizon CEO. The guy who's currently at Consumer Group CEO, Seminarian Sampath, he's not going to be the next CEO, as much as he probably deserves it. From what I hear, he is quite the leader. He's quite the type of individual leader to get people to buy in, and he has a good track record, and he's proven. Verizon's going to do Verizon things, and they're probably thinking we need somebody who understands the financial side more than anything as they look to pay down debt and deal with the future of the company. After the network has seen a huge, massive investment and reinvestment, and there's been retail modifications and all this other stuff, that probably is the emphasis. They want to bring in a money guy, and this is who I think it's going to be. I'll be honest with you guys, and we'll find out. Little things will, I'm sure, leak. Is Tony being groomed to be the next leader of the entire company, the CEO? I think Sampath would be the guy, but it doesn't seem like they're moving in that direction. I think it's going to be Tony. Tony's the guy talking at these investor conferences and earnings conferences, right? It's not Sampath ever. I mean, even when he had an opportunity and the timing was perfect, he was just appointed CEO of Consumer. The turnaround and this and that, hardly ever see him. And I know he's in the trenches and working and all that. Blah blah blah, whatever. But I think this is who it's going to be, and I guess this is good. I don't know. Stability is good. Hans has had a lot of turnover. Tammy, Manone, Ellis, and even before that, Ronan. There have been just changes at the company. So we'll see how this pans out. We'll see if I'm right. We'll see if I'm wrong. I don't know everything. I look at the writing on the wall and I see if I can make sense of it. To me, Tony sounds like it's the guy that they want, not Sampath. We'll see. Sound off in the comment section below. You're the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.